window, that be me, okay. Nigga killed my daddy, that hurt me that day. Had to wait, them choppers seen sound like P2K. You never see me cry, don't look at me this way. Every time you feel alone, you talk to me this way. We ain't had no father, it's just me and Trey. I don't care if they leave now, cause we gon' stay. Disrespect me in front of my mom, I probably murder you. I got like a 40, man, they say I got a 32. Yeah, you want the outcome, but you never put the work in. Let me do whatever, long as I buy her a Birkin. She go to the club and drink some liquor, get the twerking. Tryna bag a 6-figure nigga, that's for certain. Yeah, bitch, I'm a dick giving nigga, that's for certain. Go get you some money, then them hoes gon' start to flirting. Yeah, you still my brother, but I had to cut my round off. Yeah, we put the muzzle on that bitch to cut the sound off. He don't sell no weed, no, all he got is hard stuff. When I shoot that bitch, it sound like when you shuffle cars up. Oh, yeah. Hanging out that window, that be me, okay. Nigga killed my daddy, that hurt me that day. Had to wait, them choppers seen sound like P2K. You never see me cry, don't look at me this way. Every time you feel alone, you talk to me this way. We ain't had no father, it's just me and Trey. I don't care if they leave now, cause we gon' stay. Sometime me, I can't fuck with you all cause you too sometime me. Yeah, I got this hoe up in the stool, she wanna ride me. She wanna play hide and go get it, so I found her. If we talking bread, I got the loaf. I was broke, ain't had no hope. When I went in, I went hard. Now niggas tryna play me close. So when they ask me, I say no. Now I'm just playing, I say yeah. He throw that ass, I be like yeah. Do whatever for that bag. Oh, yeah. Hanging out that window, that be me, okay. Nigga killed my daddy, that hurt me that day. Had to wait, them choppers seen sound like P2K. You never see me cry, don't look at me this way. Every time you feel alone, you talk to me this way. We ain't had no father, it's just me and Trey. I don't care if they leave now, cause we gon' stay.
What's up? Hey, yo, Ren.
What's the word? Who in here with me today? I got a comment. Oh, okay. It's DCB Joe in here. I expect if anybody to be in here. That's who I expect. I know where you from. What you about. I already know. What's the word though? Live. Let's have a conversation together, Joe. Let's have a conversation together, Joseph. Let me see. Let me try and share this out. Just woke up from a nap again. You keep falling into the food coma. You can't get enough. You can't get enough. All right, man. Let's see, man. Share it out for me, Joe. If you can, share it for me. Hit the likes, hit the hearts, whatever you can do to get in it. How the volume sound? Sometime, man. To sometime and eating this food and sleeping with the dogs, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of food comas going on, you know. All right, man. Joe, eating. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. You know, it's a little late for that, but you know, if I didn't forget to tell you yesterday. Happy Thanksgiving today. All right, man. That's the question for y'all, man. How do you feel? How do y'all feel about early lock-ins? How do you feel about that? Where do y'all stand with this? Hmm? Let's drop that off. Where do y'all feel? How do y'all feel? Early lock-ins. Where do you stand? Are you for it? Are you against it? You think is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What what do you what do you think? So we got that on your face. Um, I don't. I think ultimately, I think it hurts us ultimately. That's what I think. I think it ultimately hurts us. It's a good thing if you see the type of blood you want to use and you see the dog that has the blood and the dog has the look at an early age, you can pretty much gather that the dog will continue to look good and continue to grow and develop in the right direction. So, if that's something you already wanted to do, then, it looks good. It looks good anyway, right? It's a good look. You can get the dog at an early price, at a good price, early lock in. But I think the counterpart to that is dogs dying and the health. You lock in early. A lot of dogs disappear. Um, Certain things you can't check for until the dog is of a certain age. So you're not going to, you're not going to know this when you lock in and you bring it into your program. So when you do that, I think you have a situation where um, you're just not considering all things. You're just looking at the look of the dog, maybe who posted the dog as well, because how well a early stud special does depends on the owner. This breed, we care about who owns the dog. Let's keep it real. Every dog doesn't get the same respect based on who's on the other end of the lead. So, let's call a spade a spade. You can have the best dog, but not be the best person for the dog. Or you can have the worst dog and be the best person for the dog. That go both ways. So it depends on the other end of the lead. Sometimes how well that dog will do. So that early lock in, have a lot of determination behind the decision. But ultimately, I think we jumping the gun. We're sacrificing health. Most of the time, these early lock in dogs at 5, 6, 7 months, maybe if you're lucky. 6 months, I see it a lot. You haven't seen much of that dog. You're just going by potential, I guess. You look at the pedigree, you look at who owns the dog, you look at where the dog is at for 6 months, and you say, damn, this dog has a great chance of, upward trajectory. So a lot of people lock in on that, but so much we're missing. Anyone who is familiar with Kickstart programs and or beta releases should know to be sketched out about it. Man, a beta is, you're signing up for the kinks. A beta means we want your help to work out the problems. Once you find the problems, let me know what the problems are, and I'll work on it. So you sign up for the beta. But most things about beta is shit. A lot of betas is free. It's like, yo, go and test this out, try to break it so that we can make it better. But with this, man, you're paying for it, and you're not breaking it, it's breaking you. You pay for it to break you or to make you. What I mean? You can win in most cases. Evan, what's the word, brother? Chris, man, how you doing? Long time. Haven't heard from you in a minute, but you've been popping in on here, but one-on-one basis, I haven't heard from you in a while, man. Hope everything good. I appreciate y'all tapping in as always. So, but yeah, man, I just how do you feel about that? Is that a good thing overall? Is it a bad thing overall? Me personally, I think it's a I think it hurts more than it helps because that same dog, bro, it'll be here at 12 months. You know, it'll be here at 12 months. You locking in early. You can't even breed to the dog until it's shit, man. Some people will do 10 months, 11 months, right? So you're locking in early. You have fear of missing out. You don't want to miss out on that price because you feel like you're going to use that dog again. You're going to use that dog in the future. You're like, I got to lock in now. I know I'm going to use them. But the thing with them lock-ins, man, them motherfuckers be non-refundable. So you end up walking yourself into a situation where if the dog don't turn out or you never see it again, the dog dies. Lock-ins are non-refundable, man. It's the fastest way to make money in this game and have no responsibility is a lock-in or a deposit or whatever y'all want to call it that is non-refundable, whether it be a pup, a stud fee, I don't know. Once money change hands, it tend to be non-refundable in this business. So, I think it's a quick way to run the bag up without having responsibility. I still say we are in the beta phase of developing these bulls. I agree. Oh, for sure, man. For sure. Hit me up. Hit me up. Anytime tomorrow, I'll holler at you. For sure. Trying to get a good deal on a good thought. Hey, yeah, I mean, if you catch it right, it could be a good deal. But I mean, the more you know, the more you know. You get what I'm saying? Like last year, you may not have cared about health. This year, you care about health. So early lock in may not be a good idea anymore. But to some people, maybe a early lock in still is a good thing, though. You know what I mean? Let's jump on it while we can. We know this dog hot. We know the owner hot. The owner comes stud after stud. You think the name of the person that owned the dog is going to help you sell puppies. So it's a good idea. You know what I mean? He had the daddy, now he got the son, now he got the grandson. Let's just keep it going. That's how some people think it works out, pretty well like that. But it don't always work out that way. Or semen may not be good when you need it. Man, you hear me? 6 months, semen can't even be evaluated at 6 months. Shit, the dog ain't shooting nothing. Nuts barely dropped. But what's the word? Good brothers, good sisters. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, man. Shout out to y'all. I lost over 2,500 over early lock-ins. It be like that, bro. 2,500 early lock-in. You paid the whole thing. B, what's the word, man? Appreciate you jumping in this motherfucker. But yeah, man, I'm just if you just jump in, I'm just asking like what's your thoughts on early lock-ins? Whether you're buying an early lock-in or whether you're posting a stud up for a early lock. I posted a stud for an early lock before, probably like early last year. Early last year I did that. And but I know a lot more today than I knew then. I didn't do it. I thought when I did it, I thought, yo, this is gonna help build the dog's height. It's gonna make them more popular. But it's a lot of stuff I didn't know then that I know now. Like I hadn't health tested that dog. I really hadn't had him outside like that yet, but I did. I eventually took the dog out. He got looks. He looked good. He was great. The pedigree, everything was there except for the fact that it was just so much I did not know about the dog. He produced good semen when he was old enough. I was pulling him in, freezing, and I did everything the right way. It's just that certain things, now that I know, I care more about health testing. I'm not in a rush to get my dog to the market as much as I am to get a healthy dog to the market. So, that changed for me. So, I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't put a stud out early personally. I don't give a fuck if he's the second coming of if Jesus Christ had a dog and, this was the dog Jesus Christ did a breeding and handed me his first pick male, I wouldn't even open him early. Not, you know what I mean? I wouldn't, not no more. I did that, tried that. I fucks with my open minds at a year. I started pulling them at 10 months. MTF, what's the word? Yeah, you start pulling your dog at 10 months. That's a good deal. You can see something, you know what I mean? You got something to show at 10 months, but it's a year. It's a year. You still get to check out certain stuff at a year that you can't really, you just won't really know. Sending semen out at 10 months. You try to get a jump start on your program and stuff. I mean, I can see a lot of positives to doing it for your own program, but I don't see much coming from it for with sharing that with the community. You know what I mean? What you do in your program is beneficial to you, but when you start sharing it with other people program, then I think you got to have a higher standard and morals. After learning the game a little more, I would never lock a dog in early again due to life. Anything could possibly happen with the young pup in the pup's early years. I mean, most people don't even do lock-ins no more. When they ready to breed, they just come with it, man. They just come with it. You feel me? People just come with it. They just like, I'm not locking in when I'm ready to breed, I'm gonna bring the whole thing. Fuck a lock in. James, what's the word, bro? They just say, I'm bringing the whole thing. I'm not locking in on nobody dogs. When I had the money, I had the money. That's where they at. All right, y'all. Next one. What are questions that you should be asking a stud owner? What do you think? Really important questions when you reach out and you ready to lock in a stud. I'm gonna tell you one of my most important questions that I ask, and y'all help me because I don't know it all. Maybe it's something that I need to add. Man, the first thing I'm worried about is do you have frozen semen? That's my number one. Do you have frozen semen? Because if you don't have frozen semen, then I mean, I really don't want to lock in with you. I don't care how old the dog is. So that's one reason why I'm not locking in on an early dog. Because once I ask, do you have frozen semen? The answer is no. So what else do y'all care about? I care about frozen. Dogs are dying too fast. Can I see the dog in person? Can I see the dog in person? That's a good one. And they may tell you, yeah, you got to lock in first. I've had people tell me that. You can see the dog in person, but you have to lock in before you can see him in person. If you get here, you see the dog, you don't like him, your lock in is non refundable. If you do like the dog and you decide to breed to him, your lock in goes toward the breeding. So, you know, some people will let you see him, some people might not. Will the dog go on a holiday, a clearance special? That's kind of, you probably got to ask that nowadays because that's becoming more popular. I mean, it sounds like a joke, but it's a real thing, though, isn't it? You know, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking, can I see the dog? Uh, First of all, man, do you have a contract? You'll be surprised how many people don't even have a contract when you ask them that. They want to just talk about in the chat. Bro, send me a contract. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Let me read it, put it in ink. I'll sign it, I'll fax it, scan it, email it back to you. You do the same thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm coming at it. But it's not a joke. I specifically asked if it's 2 frozen units in case of repeat. You feel me? That's a good thing right there. I need to know if you got frozen now. It's just becoming too popular for dogs to die. It's like, that's a fucking trend. Can I see the dog in person? The movement of the dog, temperament of the dog. Boom. This is shit productions. Boom. All of these good questions, man, that people should be asking. Hey, what do the productions look like? Boom. There we go again. Same question. Same question. That's off the rip. Boom. Joe saying, is he clear CRD1? That, hey, you asking him basically, did he embark the stud? Is your stud embarked? CRD1. You ain't gonna get it. You know what I mean? You might as well start. At this point, you're talking about health. When you ask, is it clear CRD? Motherfuckers might say, what is that? What is that? You might as well just ask them, is your dog embarked? You know what I mean? Then you go from there. And 9 times out of 10, you might get a no. You might get a no. True. OFA cleared or whatever y'all be saying. Nah, I don't ask if the dog is OFA clear because OFA got like a laundry list of clearances, you know, down from dental to elbows, hips, da 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 da. You know what I mean? I'm specific. Is your dog OFA cardiac clear? Is what I'm asking. Cardiac clear because it's a laundry list of OFA clearances. It's just which one do you care about for your program? So you know, I ask about the heart. Is your dog OFA cardiac clear? And then you know, another one in this breed is hips. You can do cardiac at 12 months. You can do hips at 2 years old. If he got 2 nuts, damn, is that real? I mean, I know dogs can have 1 nuts, but damn, you really got to ask that? Yeah, the cardiac clear thing. It's a heart. It's ultrasound on your dog's heart. Tells you if your dog is passing congenital heart diseases. Once you get that cleared, then your dog, you'll get some paperwork from your cardiologist, and you send that through to OFA. Get your dog OFA heart cleared, which means that your dog is not passing congenital heart diseases, murmurs, et cetera, whatever y'all want to call a murmur. But a murmur is a sound that usually means something more or less. So once you hear a murmur, you go into it and find out what's the cause of the murmur. It can be innocent. It could be something that's congenital, really bad, that you don't want to breed your dog again. Or they say, oh, that's not a big deal. This has nothing to do with what your dog will pass on. It'll be fine. So yeah, I just, you know, that's what I care about. Everybody care about something different in their program. So me, yeah, I asked about the cardiac thing. It's not happening. A lot of people not doing it. So I just keep it moving. I bet 90% of these studs don't have tests done. What kind of tests though? Like Embark, I feel like Embark is the easiest to do. Like if you want to start somewhere, start with Embark. Start with Embark. That's an easy way to go about it. How much that run your way? Well, if you come with a group of dogs and you know you can get a bulk discount about 250 per dog, 300 a dog. If you go into the lab and you're trying to do a workup on one dog, it can cost you like $900 to $1,200 per dog. But bring a group of dogs, about 250. Am I cool with a grade 1 murmur? I normally don't think about murmurs in terms of grade. I don't really care what the numbers is. I care about the quality of the heart behind the number. So you can have a grade 1 dog, which means that the sound is low. So grades is just how loud it is, right? Grade 1 is like you need a stethoscope to hear it, and it's a light knocking. 2 is a little bit louder, 3, 4, and then it gets to the point where it's like you can hear it without using tools. So that's all a grade means. A grade says how loud is the knocking of the heart. I don't care about that number. I care about what's causing the sound. So I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not big on numbers. Let's get to the root cause of it and find out what this is, some kind of stenosis of the heart valve or you know, something like that. I'm trying to find out deeper. You get what I'm saying? That's just where I'm at. The numbers don't really mean much to me. He says $100 where he's at. My boy said, I seen a bitch with grade 3 or 4 and still produce. Yeah, I mean, she can produce. I mean, the heart murmur don't have nothing to do with your, you know, if you can produce bulls or not. It just are you producing bulls that continue to produce heart issues? Though? You know what I mean? That's what that is. And you can have a 3, 4. I don't know about 4. I haven't been that far. You can have a 3 and it could be innocent though. It could be no congenital heart disease there to pass on. So I can't really speak on that. They got Black Friday specials right now, y'all. Tap in. I don't have any. B Hogan, man, what's the word, bro? I haven't heard from you in a fucking good minute, bro. Hope everything good on you. And yikes, I know, right? Hell yeah, a 3, 4 as well. But I mean, if you got a 3 and 4, then you should have definitely want to follow up and find out what's causing that sound. Timbo, what's the word? Have you ever bred to a dog and didn't know if it was health tested? Yeah. Yeah, I did that my whole career up until this year. I just now got on this kick because I got a dog that was a beast and turned out that he had a congenital heart disease. So now I'm at a point where I can't make the same mistake twice. So if you knew better, you do better. Now I know better. So, I got to stand on my shit. I can't just talk about it. I got to stand on what I'm saying now. So yeah, I have done that before. Absolutely. We all have. But I mean, how long do you want to do it though? That's the question. What's the word? What's the word? Loving the stream. I appreciate it there, man. Shout out to you, brother. How you doing tonight? You can pass with a grade 3 if it isn't congenital. Yeah, see, that's the thing with the heart. It's not the number. It's not how loud it is. It's how problematic the issue is for the heart. And if it's congenital, and by congenital, it means, is it an inherited disease? So 9 times out of 10, congenital tends to pass on. I'm not saying that your whole litter is going to have a fucking congenital heart disease if you do breed the heart disease, but expect it to be there. And if it's not there, expect it to be there recessively. So it could even reach down to your 3rd generation, even if you get a clear dog off of congenital heart disease. Recessively, it's still carrying that trait to pass that heart disease. So what you do when you have a dog with a congenital heart disease is you 100% remove it from the gene pool. Hands down. It's just no way around it. That's a dog that shouldn't be bred, period. And the thing about a congenital heart disease is it will shorten your dog's life. Make no mistake about it. I seen a stage 5 drop to a 2. Heart was heavy edge blood. Bone, what's the word, brother? Always. It's my big bro. I'm also feeling the health testing push we have been seeing as a collective. You think so? I don't know. I ain't been seeing enough of it. Not me personally. I haven't. When a stud dies at 5 or younger, and a lot of the offsprings are dying at 5 or younger, one can only speculate. Yeah, and I mean, that's all you can do. You can only speculate because nobody's going to give you that information and say that their dog does have a heart disease and then past that. I always ask people, the moment you want to blame a stud for having a heart disease, my first response to you is like, show me that your female was cleared, that you bred to that stud. Like, don't start throwing dirt on studs because you heard this little had heart murmurs and they bred to Ray and Ray dog gave him heart murmurs. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Show me your cleared female. You don't show me your cleared female, shut up, bro. We're dealing with a breed-wide issue. You know what I mean? Don't blame it on nobody. Just take responsibility for what you breed to and try to fix it moving forward. It ain't the stud owner's fault that you didn't test your bitch. It ain't the stud owner's fault that you didn't ask him to have a clear stud for you. That's your fault that you didn't know what you needed to ask before doing the breeding. So now that you were, I guess, illiterate to the situation, you have to take responsibility for it. It's more and more becoming upfront. It is becoming a topic, just not enough, not with the dogs that are being used a lot. It's just, what I mean? It's not popular enough as a topic. It's like being talked on the back streets and the alleyways. It need to come to the front street. Let's bring this conversation to the boulevard. I haven't seen a lot of health testing either, but I have been seeing selective lives talking about them. Yeah. It's getting there, man. LOL, what's to speculate? Stud dies early and his production's falling too. I mean, hey, man, the speculation to me is you're female because it's easy to blame a stud. It's real easy to blame a stud. And also for the ones that are unaware, both dogs can be, thank you. Yeah. You can have clear dogs and still get issues, but that's why you got to continue to process. You got to continue to process. Hey, that's what I meant, fool. He says, somebody says, Joe Mills, would that be a genetic thing? Yeah, it would be a genetic thing because it could still be something there recessively that still needs to be cleaned up. So yeah, your dog can still throw some recessive. Same. It's no different if you got two dogs with straight tails and everything's good, and a dog throw a kink. You be like, well, the mama ain't got a kink, the daddy ain't got a kink. Where it come from? You still got recessive traits that's gonna show up. But once it do show up, you gotta continue to cull or selectively breed or whatever you want to call it, man. Just get rid of the dog from your breeding process. Yeah, that means they both carried it as a recessive trait. It just happens sometimes. Da, 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 da. All right, same thing. Same thing I'm saying. I personally have been mentioning this when I talk to people about bullies, so it's a lot of people that's unaware of these issues, bro. They're gonna stay unaware, man. They're gonna stay unaware because they don't care. They think it's a money thing. They see a bully, they hear a bully, they think I can make $3,000-$4,000 per breeder, and you can. What up, Caleb? You're Kunta. What's the word? What's going on, fellas? Tuning in from work. Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, but let me see. I said people only concerned about paperwork. Damn, they want paperwork. Shit. They think the paper's gonna sell them dogs. It's not. Yeah. That's it for me though, y'all. I ain't really got much to say. I just touched on, some things. That was it. If y'all, man, no need to tag nobody. I'm about to wrap this up. I appreciate it though. But yeah, that's it. If y'all got, more questions that you should ask a stud owner, let me know. I'll bring it on this. Ooh, wee. Oof. Jesus. Let me see if I can put that on the screen. It's an interesting breed. It's interesting. It said I'm getting sued in civil court for selling a lady a puppy that was quote unquote too fat. I can't even make this up. Sometimes you gotta laugh from crying. I know that LOL is a rough LOL. Do I got any turkey left? Man, I got plenty of turkey left, man. Plenty. Shit, I cooked a bird yesterday. I really don't even like to do the turkey too much. It's a traditional thing, but man, I'm about to drop a whole bird. Chicken. Got a lot of chicken and turkey left. Hey, so people got to remember that animals are just like humans discovered they had diabetes in later age. Just saying. Talking about late onset versus early onset. It can happen. It can happen. Technically, you are supposed to clear your dog of heart diseases every year. Just because it's clear at 1 doesn't mean it'll be clear at 2 and 3 and 4. Yes, when you do heart test, when you cardio clear your dog, OFA, your OFA validation is only good for supposedly 12 months. That's something I'm still getting into. I'm getting a little deeper into it. I just cleared my first few dogs. I cleared some adults and some puppies. Puppies can't be OFA certified, but I got some adults that are OFA certified. And right now, I think it's good for 12 months. You'll have to follow it up every 12 months. So yeah, there's early onset, there's late onset. Yeah, depends on the OF takes. Some are at 2 years. Right. Boom. Hey, damn, that's low key crazy though. I mean, you think it's low key crazy, but it's not really, man. A lot of breeds and a lot of registries, they don't even allow you to breed dogs until they are 2 years old, bro. I said this before, man. There's a guy I know. He breeds Dobermans, and in his contracts, he give you what is called a limited registration. I want to say it's called a limited registration. You get paperwork on your dog. However, you do not have breeding rights to the dog. You can take your dog to shows and you can do everything that a breeder does except for breed. When the dog is 2 years old, you have to get it cleared for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever. Once the dog hits 2 and you get all of the clearances, you show that to the guy or the registry, how it works. Then they will give your dog breeding rights paperwork. And it doesn't happen until the dog's 2 years old. So it's not a crazy thing. It just sounds crazy to us bully people. But we got breeds that have been established for, hundreds of years, and they got some better ethics going on. So yeah, I think we should do something like that. You shouldn't be able to breed dogs until they're 2. Then you have an idea of, what kind of health we're putting out there. Everybody wouldn't be rushing to the bag. Quality would end up, rising to the top faster. Man, he said the dog can get all the rest of the turkey, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't think the 2-year thing is crazy, man. I like it. He said, yep, I have limited paperwork on my Borbles. You feel what I'm saying? Limited paperwork. That should be a thing. If you want to be a show person, breeding is not going to stop you from showing. However, if you want to be a breeder, then you got to cross certain threshold before you can breed ethically. And that's a thing that gets overlooked a lot, man. That word ethics. People don't like that shit. Look, bro, I can be on this live right now. I could be talking shit about people and dropping names. Bro, these numbers will go up to the 40s, 50s real quick, bro, if it was some drama. But you start talking like this, bro, you see the numbers on this live, man. Y'all see what it's talking about. Let's just call a spade, bro. Don't nobody want to hear this shit. Nobody want to hear this shit. It's not sexy. It don't sell. It requires more work. It requires you to lose your investment. It requires you to actually fucking spend time and possibly not make anything for the time you put in. Nobody want to hear this shit, bro. Let's just be real. I damn nearly don't want to hear this shit, but I'm living it. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. It said, how would you know if a puppy is healthy, though? Even if both parents are cleared, it could still be a genetic thing, because you can still test puppies. I just did echocardiograms on all of my puppies from my last litter, and we caught some puppies already with stenosis of the heart valve at 8 weeks old, and they got pet homed immediately. Now, there are some things called late and early onset. You can catch some stuff right at birth, and some things you just need to continue to monitor your dog as it grows. But you can catch things early. You know what I mean? You can't really guarantee much, but you can guarantee that you've done all that you could do. And if you're not going the extra mile, then you can't really even guarantee a healthy puppy. You get what I'm saying? You can guarantee a healthy puppy. You probably can't guarantee a healthy adult, but it starts with at least the puppy. Hold on, my bad. What did I say? It said, man, puppy would have to get tested too, obviously. Amen. Hey, that's fair. They definitely are breeding babies to have babies. We all know what a young mother has let the dog grow up. Hey, we don't have time to let the dogs grow up. They breed these motherfuckers, these dogs, man. Shit, some of them getting bred the first heat. Are you listening or typing, MTF? Oh man. They're having a couples argument right in the live. What did he just say? Oh, okay, nigga. Yeah. They fighting domestic violence. But yeah, man. That's what it is, dog. It's not a sexy conversation, so who really cares, bro? It's just what do you care about breeding, bro? You can't change nobody. You cannot change nobody. You reach out to a stud owner, they embark or they don't. Are you gonna fuck with them or not? That's all to it. You ain't gonna make them start health testing. Your money just ain't good enough. If 10 motherfuckers just locked in on my stud with no questions asked, they didn't even want to see a video. They just said, oh damn, that motherfucker hard, bro. Let me lock in. And then the 10th motherfucker say, can I see a video? He's like, for what, nigga? For what? Motherfuckers, 10 real motherfuckers just sent their money. You over here bullshitting, asking questions, send that bread. What's the difference? What's the difference from if nobody care about health testing and then the 10th person say, bro, can you test that dog? You sound silly to them. Test what? I just sold 50 credits. I ain't testing shit. And I understand it. It's just that just gotta be somebody you say, I don't fuck with. Because you can't change them. Grab a man, nah, man, ain't nothing to grab a notebook or a pen about or nothing, bro. We just talking opinions. I don't have no facts or nothing. I just have opinions and experience of my own personal journey. And most people probably won't even be on this journey if you never lost a stud or a female or whatever. If you never lost a dog that you knew was going to be a huge building block to your program. So the moment I lost a dog that was supposed to be a building block to my program, I knew I couldn't ever let that happen again. It was too much work, too many years of work, too much money spent to get to a point to have a dog that I had to pet home. So that's where I'm at. And a lot of y'all probably got dogs that y'all got that got congenital heart disease and y'all just haven't caught it yet. And you're gonna build on that dog. I don't know what to tell you because this a dog I had for damn nearly 15 months before the vet was like, damn, we hear a murmur. And we'd been to the vet plenty of times before that time. And they said, hey, we hear something. I said, murmur, please. We'd been to the vet. He'd have been cleared already. The doctor ain't never said they heard anything. The vet said, well, you should follow up on this. Man, I was fucking super positive about it. I was like, follow up. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Ain't nothing wrong with my dog. Followed up. Ooh, was I wrong? You hear me? Was I fucking wrong? Broke me down. I said, I can never go through that again. Man, I'm talking about, boy, I'm sitting in the vet like this. Me and DCB Joe, we in the vet like this. We quiet, we ain't even talking. We both probably just like, please let it be okay. Please let it be okay. Hey, have you ever had a girl that tell you she missed her period and y'all ain't together? Man, that's how we in that bitch like, damn, what's next? Shit. And you know what I mean? That vet hit me. And it definitely wasn't with none of the news we wanted to hear. You know what I mean? Shit to the loose one, don't. Oh, wow, it's crazy. Oh, this make me think. Bruh. It is, man. It's always something to think about. Hurt, man. What you talking about? Man, you going through all kinds of emotions. You damn nearly be ready to say fuck the dog game because even if you do get it right in your own program, are you gonna have anybody else left to breed to? Because nobody seems to care about what you care about. So how long can you go trying to do it yourself before you get in a corner and now you don't even have no more blood to use? So, you kind of be like, damn, what do I do? Curious how that conversation goes with the pet home family. Like, do you tell them that this pup may die young because of da-da-da? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you got to be honest with them. So by the time we did this and we came from the vet, man, this dog now will be on medication for the rest of his life. So yeah, you have to say that. You have to say it all. You have to tell them the cost of the meds. You have to tell them the quality of the dog. You don't know. You just give them the information that tells you. By the time this dog hits 7 years old, his heart would be. It would have worked. It would have worked more strenuous than the average 7-year-old dog. You got to share that information. The last thing you want to do is not be transparent with anyone. I think transparency is the number one part about having good business. Somebody come for you to get a dog. You say, cuz, look, bro, the dog is fucking ass. But this is where it's positive at. This is where it's weak at. People respect transparency so that they don't, you don't sell them a dream. So yeah, you got to tell them. We all cut our teeth on that one, fam. Oh shit, man, I've been talking my ass off. Tell me which one. What we cutting our teeth on? Facts are in a moment break mode, folks, for sure. I know me it did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We all gonna break in this game. You had to stay on my ass because I was mentally broke. Bro, you be ready to hang this shit up, bro. You be ready to hang this shit up. Easily. Do you offer to replace the pup or just give it for free and be honest? I'll give a dog away for free. That's just me. Especially if it don't have no breeding purpose, like a pet home. I don't mind giving a pet home away for free. Most times I sell a pet home dog. If there's money attached to it, I just want you to have some value. That you feel like the dog isn't worthless. But I would give it away for free if I knew like you value the dog off the rip. But if I feel like you're not going to value the dog unless you have some value attached to it monetarily, then I'm gonna charge you. But you can take a pet home for free. But me personally, I never sold a pet home dog like that had a heart murmur. That was my dog I had for over a year. I found out it had that murmur, and then my partner found somebody that was interested in the dog. They had already met the dog. They liked his temperament. They knew him. They knew the dog well, and they wanted him. So it kind of went like that. Yeah, the pup that had the pup that had health issues. Yep, same story, same story. Once the pup had the issues and we had the pet home it, we tell them off the rip, right off the rip. Hey, this is not going to be a breeding dog. This is why we're not using this dog. This dog has a congenital heart disease. It has stenosis of the valve, and this is what that pertains to. And most time you find people that find themselves wanting to be saviors, I guess, for lack of better words. You find people that want to be saviors, man. Yeah. I'll fix it and give it away depending on the circumstances. Right. Yeah. A lot of people want to save dogs, man. Sanctuaries and whatnot. You'll find that some people they got a group of defunct dogs, whether they have what do you call when that lip gets melded in, what's that called? Why can't I think of the name of that right now? What's that called? Y'all help me. Clefts. You have a lot of people that, they try to save cleft dogs. They want dogs with heart issues. They want dogs with 3 legs. They want to give them a quality of life that they feel they deserve. And who am I to stop them? Yeah, people love that narrative of I've rescued the pup from a horrible breeder, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't know what the narrative is, but whatever floats their boat, that's cool. As long as I know I be honest with them up front, then I don't care what story they create to sleep better at night. Top stuff on this don't health testing, so we shouldn't. Yeah, man, I agree. If that's your path, man, you should really like do your best to be like them. You know what I mean? Imitation is the highest form of flattery. So go forth and flatter all of your favorite top stud owners. I can't argue with you. We all can't be breeders. Some dogs are meant to be home pets, but everyone want to make $1 because they dog look good. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. The problem is not even that the dog look good, though, Bone. Some people want to make the $1 just because they have a dog. And then when you give them paperwork, then they say my dog got papers. And they think that means something. That don't mean nothing either. So yeah, you run into it a lot. Breeders, backyard breeders, front yard breeders, garage breeders, kennel breeders. It don't matter. Ain't nobody better than the next person. Bro, we all human at the end of the day, playing a role of God in these dogs' lives. We making the choices on who they breed to. Bro, we know better than the next person. Right now, we just having our turn at it. And some people just have a better turn than others. Some people get paid for their turn. Some people lose money on their turn. Some people will be popular for it. Some people will get overlooked. That don't mean you don't have quality. Being popular don't mean you do have quality. You know what I'm saying? None of that matters. But don't say too much, my boy. We live. We live. Tap into Ped Talks, man. Anyways, yeah. But nobody's better than anybody. So I really be hating the narrative where people think that somebody got it figured out, or they think because you don't have it figured out. I had a motherfucker tell me, bro, go to my Instagram. I got so many followers. I said, okay, you still can't breed. The fuck I care. I said, oh, you care about numbers? Go to my TikTok. I got a viral video on TikTok, over 500,000 views. That don't mean shit. I still live in the same place I lived at before I made the video. I still had the same dogs before I made the video. I went viral and did what? Nothing. Bro, we human, bro. Who gives a fuck, bro? Let's breed these dogs. Let's breed these dogs, bro. Make them better. Definitely, I was recently asked about my dog, but the guy wanted paperwork but didn't want to spend money. And I'm like, I don't want any dogs, and they know where my dog comes from. And your dog got papers. And your dog got papers. Half the time, bro, they looking at your dog like, your dog a son of who? A son of what? Because they following names. They following names. What's the word, Bone? I mean, my bad. I said Bone again. What's the word, Scott? Scott White? What's the word? Hey, man, so if I'm going to jump off of here, or if anybody want to get on here, y'all want to add to the topic, then that's the topic, man. Talking about questions to ask stud owners and how we go from there. How we go forward from there, whether it be health related or breeding related, whether it be frozen semen or what's considered a pup. Anything related to the stud is related to this breed, because the studs move this breed. The stud is what moves the breed forward. The bitch is what moves your program forward. So let's talk about the studs today and where our breed is going. And if nobody has anything to add to it, then I'm going to sign off. And if you would like me to send you a link to jump on, then hit the comment. If not, we're going to wrap this bitch up, because I ain't got too much to say. No comments coming in? No comments coming? Okay. Maybe y'all got it delayed, so I'll wait a little bit to see if anybody says add me. Y'all camera shy? Don't be. Just come on this motherfucker, say whatever you want to say, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna stop you. Like, cause I be telling a lot of people, don't worry about how people feel about your opinions, because 9 times out of 10, you put money in their pockets more than they put in yours. So if you make them mad, what's gonna happen? You gonna stop paying them? Ooh, they showed you. You know what I mean? Nobody, I don't even try to sell dogs to the community, to be honest with you. I don't have a stud available in this market. So if people say they're never gonna spend $1 with Ray, okay, I don't care. And if I decide not to spend $1 with somebody, I'm not stopping them either. They program's still gonna go on. So at the end of the day, cause we got these opinions and they are like assholes, everybody got one. Just if my opinion rub you the wrong way, then your ass might be a little shitty. Because I'm gonna say what I gotta say. And if y'all want to say what y'all gotta say, jump on. Or forever don't say anything. Oh, y'all scared, huh? Yeah. Nobody got anything to say? All right. See the numbers going down? Okay. That'll do it, huh? Happy Thanksgiving. Y'all take care.
Big dog season. Yeah.
Gino and Fido. Step head talk. Step head talk.